Okay, so I'm going to describe an experiment that we carried out that was testing the use of virtual reality in navigation around the inside of a building. And the question that I'd like to address, or the question I'd like you to think about, is whether or not we can trust VR. Thank you. So can we trust VR? In the sense that virtual reality is often seen as a way of recreating reality and then using those results in the process of, for example, design. For a few reasons, the software and hardware that's available to us now has become more powerful, it's become easier to use, more people are doing it, so there's a kind of community of people who are doing this kind of thing, some of whom we've seen over the last few hours, yesterday, today. The upshot of that, as I see it, and we've seen this from previous presentations, is that immersive VR, particularly, obviously there's a discussion about what counts as VR and what counts as non-VR, but for the sake of my presentation, immersive VR, so particularly the use of headsets, Oculus Rift and HTC Vive, are used as tools in all sorts of ways, particularly for things like designing new buildings. But the problem with that is what we need to do is make sure that the results that we're getting from experimenting with people's responses and their behaviours in VR is actually a true reflection of the way that they would behave and respond in real life. There's no point setting up an experiment based on VR, using that as the basis for your design decisions, for example, and then finding that when you build the real building and then put people in it, they don't actually behave in the way that you did, that you found out when you were doing your experiments with VR. So the way that we tried to do that was by picking on one particular type of behaviour, and that is wayfinding or navigation, and trying to test people's ideas and behaviours and the process that they go through in wayfinding and navigation in a VR model and in the same real building. So we did these two things in parallel. So we created a 3D model of the real building, or the part of the real building that we were using as the wayfinding experiment, and then getting people to undertake a navigation task in both environments. And then we're comparing the results of those two. So we asked 30 people in total, and we got them to do this two ways. First of all in VR, and then in the real building, and then vice versa. So what we're trying to find out is whether or not learning the route in one environment, for example in VR, helps you find your way around the building in real life. So like I say, we had 30 people, each of whom did 2 journeys, so we had a total of 60 journeys. Each of these were mapped, so we saw the route they took, the places that they stopped, the things that they looked at, their behaviour whilst they were doing it in the headset and in real life, and then try to compare the two. So here's a couple of screenshots of the building and the model. So on the left is the real building, and on the right is the VR model of the building. So it's a reasonable quality model. The building itself is a fairly plain building, so there wasn't an awful lot of problems modelling details within the building because there weren't too many there. The building itself is one of the main lecture theatres within University of Reading. It's made up of 2 floors. The rooms are numbered on the ground floor with a prefix G, and on the first floor with a prefix 1, and that's important. I'll show you on the next slide why. And as you can see, we've recreated the signage, the direction signage as well. So there's a sort of isometric view of the building, and the task that we gave them was to go from the entrance to a specific room. So the instruction that they were given was find room 109. Most of these people had little or no experience of this building the first time they did it, so it was interesting to see how, when they gained familiarity, they changed the route that they took. So you can see the entrance is on the ground floor, room 109 is on the first floor. This is a summary of all of the routes that were taken. And the interesting thing about that is for the sake of this presentation, is this area here. In that the way that you find room 109 is that you go across the ground floor, the open area of the ground floor, up the stairs, and then when you get to the top of the stairs, you either turn left or right. So you can see there was a mix going on here. And the reason why that was important was because this is the view that you get when you reach the top of the stairs. And you can see the main guidance that people get for how to find room 109 is the room numbers. I'm not sure how clear they are up there, but what you can see is that when you get to the top of the stairs, you're presented with room 102, to the right is 103, to the right again is room 104. So of course the majority of people lacking any other sense of which direction to go follow the room numbers around. What you find is that if you follow the room numbers around and you go to the right, it's a longer route than if you go against the room numbers and go round to the left. So here's a summary of the results. So you can see that whether or not people started in VR or started in reality, most people went over the open area, up the stairs, and then turned to the right. So they were following the room numbers around. And you can see there how the route is longer than if you go up the stairs and turn around to the left and go round to room 109 by going against the room number sequence. But the interesting thing was that you can see the results are fairly similar, that in the first test, there's a majority or a split between whether or not people look and go short way or follow the room numbers and go around the long way. When they've gained some familiarity with the building, whether or not that's in the VR model or in the real building, the majority of people went round to the left. So you can see, for example, the average journey time went down from 44 to 40 seconds or 47 to 35 seconds. In some way, this is reassuring for those people who are using VR as a proxy for real behaviour, because the headline, as it were, of the results are that the patterns of navigation, whether or not it's done in virtual reality and then the real building or vice versa, are similar. They're not exactly the same, but they're similar in that most people tended to follow the route around to the right, follow the signage, and then once they were more familiar, they learned the route. Most people tended to go against the room numbers and go around to the left, which was the shorter route. However, when you're observing people and the way that they behave in VR, you can tell that they behave differently to the way that they do in reality. Some of it is fairly obvious. For example, people try and jump over the railings, for example, in VR. Not in real life. So there's an increased sense of what I call playfulness. In other experiments, people will tend to pick things up and throw them and things like that. The way that people behave in VR is not the same as they do in reality. Another more important point perhaps for this experiment was that something else that we noticed was that people tended to move their head far less if they had a VR headset that were using the Oculus Rift than they did in reality. So, for example, when they got to that point at the top of the stairs, in reality, more people were turning and looking sort of behind them so they could see where the end point of the wayfinding task was, whereas in reality, they tended to almost see it as if they were looking through the headset at a screen, and they didn't use the sort of 360-degree immersive experience that you get with a headset. And partly because of that, I think that fewer people then tended to take a shorter route. So the overall conclusion that we wanted to make is that VR does act as a way of getting extra information in the process of design, for example, in this case we're talking about navigation and wayfinding, but it would be a mistake, I think, to rely on the results of a VR experiment as the sole basis on which you make design decisions. It's something that can supplement other ways of thinking about it and other ways of designing, but we shouldn't place too much emphasis on it because there are significant differences between the way that people behave in the two environments. Thank you very much.
Are there any questions?